Good evening. Today is May 30th, 2020. And I was wondering what's going on, really, with the whole pandemic. Some lady at work today, she said, I can't wait till this pantomime in Spanish is pantomima. Instead of saying pandemia, she said pantomime, and I was like laughing. It's like you hit it right on the head. It's like that's what it is. It's like an event that they push in order to have a massive control over the whole population. And now they brought up another incident, about in which the there are riots and protests around the country. Just had one tonight in Miami, and the protesters were complaining that there were some people, random people, trying to run them over with their cars, and even uh, aiming their guns at them. So who are these people? So that's when the peaceful protest became um, violent, because they were uh, instigated. So it's a lot of stuff going on right now. So like I said before, it's an imbalance they want to create to their benefit. So it's nasty, crazy, dangerous. We live in dangerous times, So uh, we have to protect ourselves and our family, and see what develops. Hopefully, things get better, but so far this year is a crazy year. So I don't know how they're gonna try to end it. Probably more natural disasters. Obviously, things happen. Could have strong hurricanes now that they let the earth breathe for a little bit, so that the air might go like this and create some strong hurricanes and come in this way. Maybe not, but it's a possibility. Natural disasters, because we've been giving nature a break. I've seen some wildlife that I'm not used to seeing typically, like foxes, and since people were, staying home, these animals felt free to go outside. And so it's nature with unexpected. We'll find we'll see new events taking place when it comes to nature. Uh, I feel that it's gonna mm, be creating some kind of an effect, of course, unexpected, or for me expected, because I expect this kind of stuff to happen. I'll be surprised if they don't happen. So um, what else can I tell you? All right. The other day I was talking to this man. I asked him because there was this a friend who was apparently very concerned about a nightmare he's been having about losing his teeth. So he said like like an SOS around Facebook and said like, can you somebody tell me what this means? Because I keep having this nightmare. It was like I guess tormenting him, and some people answer with witchcraft kind of shit, like occulted material. And then they search the whatever macumba, whatever that shit is. And then and I just told him, uh, you have to um, cancel those dreams. Negate their power on you. I heard this. I listened to this man who's from the Bahamas, and he talks about this stuff, and he bases his stuff on the Bible. You know, I call myself a Christian. How that name has been, you know, changed into something so horrible. Because then you think of a crazy, stupid preacher pushing people and people, you know, doing nonsense. And then you think of all Christians being irrational, stupid, crazy. Not that this is all, some of these things are not very rational. It might be crazy for some people anyway. But the truth is, we're not here to fight people. We're here to fight uh, dark entities that are around, and people who have looked into the occult know these things are real. Like uh, Mark Passio, I love you, but don't demystify shit for me, because I know this shit's real, and you know it too. So let's cut the bullshit, and let's speak the truth. This shit's real. There's a spiritual realm. We both know it. Why lie? Don't lie. Say the truth. There's a spiritual realm. I had a problem with the Ouija board. It got canceled in a heartbeat, thanks to another Christian that told me what to do, because they read the scriptures. I don't believe in everything in the Bible. Oh my God, Christians are gonna be like, oh my goodness, sir, you don't. Yeah, we're dealing with the liar. The lie's gonna infiltrate his shit into our book, but we have to go and look, read the book, and see where we are and where they are. Because there's a lot of nonsense in the Bible. Like Romans 13 doesn't really help, because the Bible, I mean, of course, if we're going to live in a society where most of the people are blind, we're not going to go fight the government because we're going to get killed. And that way, the Bible works, for that purpose. But other than that, when God's people, which was at that point, the representation of everybody else on earth was the people Israel, or the symbol of whatever was coming for the whole world, was that little people, their selective group. Uh, the thing was that they went and asked for government pretty much because they saw other people had governments. So they went to the prophet, and asked them we need a king. And he went and asked God, hey, these people want a king. He said, give them a king. That's what they want. Tell them how the king's going to treat them. So, so that goes to show you that the we got to be ruled by God, not by uh, government, a king or president or whatever. It's the same thing. So, um, so that's the thing about what's going on. It's like we have to use our common sense, but that's the thing that uh, everything has to do with education also. Because if I don't tell you this, you don't know this, you never question this guy. I was talking about I went to a guy who studies, another Christian that is saying, "Oh, don't use the Ouija board." So I thought he resonated with me, but when I talked to him, he said, "Oh, do you read the Bible? Do you congregate?" Yeah, I'm like, "Well, why am I gonna congregate to fucking thief?" And a bunch of uh, who knows what people. So if I find if I found good, honest people who share my faith, fine. We could be a team. But other than that, mostly, uh, I'm not interested. Thank you. They're all full of shit. They're all following men. They're not really following God because they're too lazy to go and study and to have a spiritual connection with the Creator. So even if you say mm, the book, yeah, well, I believe in the book. I take from it just like I take from everybody. I don't believe anybody 100%. I don't believe David Icke 100%. I don't believe Mark Passy 100%. I don't believe my mother 100%. I don't believe anybody 100%. But I try to study and find out the truth about things, in life. And then intuitively, kicking a dog for no reason is not good. So those things are natural to us. So you have to find what's natural to us, being good versus evil. You know, it's not so hard, really, if we listen to what God already gave us inside. There, I know that there are people that probably have some traumas and problems and stuff that they had in their childhood or life or whatever. But once you share some information with them, they understand and they start, reacting. And especially if this experience suffering. So there's a way of like God letting you know little by little through suffering that you're wrong. So Life is short. We don't know how long we're gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm leaving this as an inheritance to my son, so he knows not to buy into anything, but buy into his own um, intuition. I'm not gonna say heart because the Bible says the heart is deceitful. Because sometimes you feel things, but you have to also be intuitive into what's wrong and what's right, and because God already put that in us, so we have to learn from different people and grab little bits of truth from everywhere, so we have some kind of potent, potentiality, and what that is. So be a truth seeker is an important thing to me, and I know other people look for truth, and hopefully you find me that way, because I am always looking for truth. I am, and some places you shouldn't bother, because if you know they have a negative resonance, a negative thing to them, uh, I will I will look at the Bible, and but like I said, I know there's some damnation. I think it's for only the Book of Revelations, but they put in the last book so that everybody is damned if they change anything. But I think they changed a lot of things, and manipulated opinions and stuff. But there's still a lot of truth in the book. So especially about going outside of God, the creator of everything. So um, God gave us a solution to our problem, to this fallen state in which we live. So you have that option to go there or not. I advise you to go there, because it's hard. This world, this life is hard and it's short. So He gave us an easy way out, and it sounds easy, sounds crazy, but it's true. And now Jesus didn't come and say chill. He asked us to uh, listen to him. So go and see the word of Jesus. That what God. I think that's something if you go in the Bible and look at the red letter, that's probably uh, the best place where you can go, because they these dark entities have limits, you know. So try to learn from that. Still, this possibility it's also being manipulated, but I would trust that more than other things. But still, study the whole thing and see what you can find. And don't go into occultist things, because that's just a distraction. Like the whole world is a distraction to keep you from the truth. The truth is you have to do as much good as you can, and not harm anybody. on your way in life. And you're never going to be perfect, but don't worry. God's got your back through Jesus. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye.